My name is Cora and welcome to Craftopia, where we are creating a safe space for artists and crafters of all ages and experience levels to learn, create, explore, and grow. I'd like to invite you to check out our website at www.crafttopiawa.com, where you can learn more about our organization and vision and see a list of upcoming classes. You can also follow us on social media at CrafttopiaWA. Now, pull up a chair, get comfortable, and let's get crafty.
Hi friends, today we're going to make these adorable little fabric flowers using nothing but ribbon and glue. If you're using a kit from Craftopia, then you already have everything you need to get started, but this is a pretty simple activity, so you can do it with any sort of fabric or ribbon that you might have lying around, and then a little bit of glue. I definitely recommend going with something that is a little on the stickier side, so we're using tacky glue today. Hot glue also works, but your normal school glue is probably not going to hold well enough and fast enough, so might not be a good thing to try. Your kit with Craftopia should have several different kinds of ribbons in there for you to choose from, so you'll get a chance to kind of experiment and practice on a bunch of different things. I do recommend for your first one that you not use any of the soft, shiny ones. They are a little bit harder to wrap. So I would go with one of the thicker ones first and practice that. The wide ones are also really good. These ones you might want to fold over to make it a little bit easier, but it's up to you. You can use the whole thing or use it folded in half. Some of these wider ones will also have some wire in the bottom. You'll notice it, and I fold it, it kind of stays in place. And that will actually make it a lot easier for your first time. So those are good ones to start with. I'm going to use this really dark red one here today for demonstration purposes. Let me clear my workspace. You should also have a little bag of glue. Pardon that mine has a little bit of blue swirl in it. That was left over from another project when I was cleaning out the pump. But won't affect our project at all today. So I'm going to make it easy today and just trim off the little tip of my glue bag. That way I can use it as an applicator. We're not going to use a ton of glue, but we are going to be using it often. So you want to make sure you have that easy to apply. You could also put it into a container or use a toothpick to dab as we make our flower. So to start, we're just going to flatten our ribbon out here. And does not matter what your end looks like. So you see this one has kind of a funky point there. This one's got a little V shape. Doesn't matter, that's all going to get tucked in. We're going to start by folding our ribbon so that it makes a triangle. And we're going to take just a little dab of glue inside there to hold it down. Squish. All right, I'm going to give that just a second to hopefully really start to stick there. This is going to be our starting point, and this little piece right here will actually be what we can use to hold on to our rose as we twist it up. So we're going to start here, and we're literally just going to roll it down, and we're going to make folds every couple of inches as we go. So as we're going down, we're just going to do kind of what we did to start. We're going to fold it down, and then we're going to roll over. Then we're going to get to the next section, fold it down, and roll over. So we are going to be flip-flopping our ribbon. If you have a ribbon that's different color on each side, just know that it is going to flip-flop each time. You can fold forwards or backwards. It really doesn't make a difference in how your flower turns out. It is just a matter of what is most convenient for you. And how often you fold also is really a matter of preference as far as how you want your rose to look. So we're going to start by picking up this side, and we're going to start rolling it in. So I'm going to folding it over half again. Get that in a little better light for you. And we're just going to roll until we get to the point where our little point is almost completely hidden. All right, so here's my tail to hold on to. I'm going to pinch a little high right now just because we're just starting. I'm going to put another little glob of glue right about there, and then take my ribbon and fold it over that. It's going to kind of squish out the side. I should warn you, your fingers are going to get glue on them in this project. And we're just going to keep rolling until we get to that fold, and then this is going to become our new top. So we're going to roll, and we're back to the next part. And see, it's already starting to look like a little bit of a flower there. So I'm going to put another little blob of glue here. Bloop. Fold it over, and then roll across the top. And now this folded part becomes our new top. Roll, 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 until we get through. And now again, about another blob of glue here. And so I'm not measuring. You could certainly measure if you want to make sure all of your folds are even. That sounds like way too much work. I want to have, because let's face it, not all flowers are exactly the same. So I'm just going to kind of guess and go. So there we are in our next fold. And we'll put another blob there. So you can play around, try making your folds bigger or folds smaller, see what you like. You can also practice this without the glue if you want to test and see how things look before you commit. And again, you can fold forward or backwards. I like folding forward just because it's easier for me to put the glue on this side. If you have one of the thinner ribbons, you're going to notice that the glue might kind of soak through it a little bit too. And that is okay. Being crafty also means being a little messy sometimes. And that's half the fun of crafting. All right, roll, roll, roll. All the ribbons are slightly different lengths, so you can always be done and cut off your ribbon if you don't want to make it any bigger. Or you can use up the whole thing. This one wasn't too big, so I'm going to go ahead and use up the whole thing here. Roll, roll, roll. I'm getting a little loose, but that's all right too. We're almost to the end of our tail. I think 2 more dots and folds will do it. Whoop. And yep, 1 more dot. That was probably way more glue than I needed, but that's okay. That fold's just going to be super secure. All right, and then to finish, I'm just going to put a little dot of glue right at the end there. I'm going to wrap him around and just kind of stick him on. Now this will take a little bit of time to dry. The unfortunate part with the tacky glue is it does need to sit finished. So if you have like a paper clip or a clothespin or something that you can hold, that might be a good way to make sure it doesn't unravel. Or just make sure that you set that final glued side down while it rests. And in about 24 hours, you will have an awesome flower. There's all sorts of things you could do with these. Like you could put them on pencils or pens or on wands and sticks. You could put them on clothing with parents' permission, of course. Hair, you put them in your hair. What other awesome things can you think to do with these? I can't wait to see what you create and what you come up with.
We hope you had a good time crafting with us today. If you have any questions regarding this project, feel free to leave a comment below or send us an email at info@crafttopiawa.com. And be sure to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out on any future crafty goodness. Until next time!